Hi everybody, I'm Jeff Gluck. Welcome to SceneDaily.com. I'm here with Bob Pockris, and I'm here with Jared Turner. And guys, we have a disagreement, and we're here to settle it. Unfortunately, Bob is in the minority. Jared's on my side for once. Jared?
Yeah, that's
all right. Yep. Anyway, we're going to talk about nationwide drivers. In the nationwide series, we're going to talk about Cup drivers. Should they be with those nationwide drivers? Jared and I are kind of on the reasonable side here. We don't think that Cup drivers should be there. We think they should stay out of it and let nationwide drivers be the guys who are in that series, the nationwide series. And Bob takes the other view. So Bob, let's hear your view first.
Well, I mean, first off, I'm surprised. You guys are kind of traditionalists, aren't you, in some ways? And back in the day, Dale Earnhardt used to run in the nationwide series when it was called the Busch Series several times. Of course, it was with kind of a nationwide Busch team rather than Cup team. But I think having Cup drivers in the nationwide series is okay. Now, I do think maybe you should limit their practice time. Maybe you could have a chase format where you include only 2 Cup guys, so the top 2 Cup guys and 8 nationwide guys, and bunch them all together. I mean, I think it makes it more exciting, just like, you know, a minor league baseball game where the guys on major league guys on rehab, you know, and it draws a crowd, and you get to see whether you know, the double-A guy can hit the pitch off the major league pitcher. I enjoy it.
Jared?
Yeah. It's the same thing every week. Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards, Kyle Busch. It's pretty much a foregone conclusion. We're halfway through the season that one of those 2 guys is going to win the championship, barring disaster. And I just don't think that's good for the sport. The series, unlike the Truck Series, where Kyle Busch is the only Cup driver to come over on a regular basis, unlike the Truck Series, the Nationwide Series just has no identity anymore. It's like the Nationwide / Cup Series. It needs its own identity.
Right, it's like Cup Light. Right. And the thing is, it's like, you know, Bob, you say, well, let's make sure that the Cup guys can't run for the championship. But if we're eliminating that, why not just take them out altogether? We don't need those guys in the series. They don't bring anything to the series. I mean, yes, the promoters think that they'll draw a bigger crowd, or the TV guys think they'll draw bigger ratings. The sponsors want them because they're big names, okay? But by doing all that, we're not giving the nationwide guys a chance to make names for themselves. If we took the Cup guys out of the series and allowed the nationwide guys to win these races and get publicity, all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, those guys are exciting. You know, we've heard of those guys. We'll go watch them. We'll go tune in, and it'll be so different than the Cup series that it'll be worth watching. Right now, I don't think that we have that.
Well, I mean, I would argue and say, oh, because in the Truck Series we want Ron Hornaday to be making a name for himself and Todd Bodine to be making a name for himself. It's more interesting, even though they're guys who've been in Cup before. And I mean, I still see it as an outlet for young guys to thrive.
Well, where is that outlet then? ARCA?
Well, what I'm saying is that you're not going to get that just because you limit the Cup guys and keep them out of it.
Well, the sport needs a place for the young guys to grow, and that's why I believe this. But clearly, we're not going to be able to settle this today, sadly. So Bob and Jared, we'll have to continue this another time. But thanks for joining us on SceneDaily.com.